Hello and welcome back. So in today's video, we are going to start the deployment part. And in this case here, if you check, you can see we have this application. This is a full stack e-commerce application. And you can see already we have this front end that you can see here on my screen. Also, you can see the admin dashboard right here. And if we go to the code right here, you can see it has 4 parts. So we have this part that is called front end. We have this also the other part that is called background services. And this part is for sending the notification, the email notifications. And here we have the backend that also makes the CRUD operations. And also we have the admin dashboard here for the management. So what you are going to do is to make sure that now we can be able to access this application when we use domain. So for example, here I have a application that already have deployed, and you can see the application using this domain here. This is our Next.js application, and we want to make sure that our application, this one here, is not running locally. We can be able to access it from anywhere in the world using the domain here. So I have already a domain, and the domain is from this company here. So if you check here, you can see I have 3 domains, but we are going to use only one domain. So this is the application that we were building in a previous project. So if you haven't gone through these videos, kindly go back and watch this full series if you want to know how to create such application. And then after that, you can come back here and you'll be able to learn how to deploy this application. Also, I'm going to give you a link to my GitHub so that also you can get the source code. And I think that's what for now I want to show you. But what I want also to do is, let me open the whiteboard here so that I can explain some things. So already had a rough work here, so let me erase everything here so that I can explain what I want to do. So I think let me remove everything like that. So now here I'm going to have my server. So we are going to have a server, and we are going to get our server from DigitalOcean. So let's assume this is our server here. So I'm going to write this as a server, and this server is from DigitalOcean. So DigitalOcean. And also, if this is a DigitalOcean here, one thing that you need to know is that DigitalOcean doesn't have domain, so it doesn't do domain registration. So what we are going to do now, we are going to have another company here that has domain registration. So already I have a bot domain. So I think that is a pretty simple task for you. You can do that. So here we are going to have a domain. And what we are going to do is that we are going to point our domain to a server. And this is called propagation. So propagation might take more than 24 hours, but most of the time it should take less than 24 hours. So now if you check here, we have a domain, and you can see our domain points to a DigitalOcean, and that's what we are going to do now. This is our server, and then when you run this domain here, it should point to this DigitalOcean. So for example, let's say if we were using some company like Hostinger, whereby they do domain registration, and also you can buy server from them, you don't need to do propagation. And I'm going to show you how propagation is done. So for example, if I come here, you can see this is a company called TrueHost. So if I open on this part here where we have our domains, I can open my domains part here, and let's it open. and we have this domain. You can see this domain is for this application here. So what I can do here, because this points to DigitalOcean, so I can just come here and say manage domain, and I want to show you name servers, because name servers are the ones that help us to do the propagation. So it's still loading here, and also I think I can just close this, but it's okay. So it has opened us this page where we can be able to see private name servers, contact information, but what we are interested in is these name servers here. So for these name servers here, if you check, you can see this one. For example, name server 1, we have ns one.digitalocean.com, and also here you can see we have name server 2, which is name server 2 digitalocean.com. So this is because I have already pointed this one, had already pointed this domain here to DigitalOcean, and if you come up here you can see that I had already added domain here. You can see we have this domain pointed or created here, and you can see I have added the domain here, the records, these DNS records, because these are the ones that will help you to point your domain to this server, because this is the server IP address. So that's what you do. So what I'm going to do also to show you is that if I have not pointed and this is the domain that you are going to use, let me show you the domain you are going to use. The name server will just be pointing to the true host, but I don't want us to use the servers for true host, and that's why let me just open this here. I want to manage servers again. If I come here and click on manage domain, sorry. So if I open that, will be redirected to this part here, and I can click on name servers. So here you can see even we don't have like name servers, you can see it says that it is using you the default name servers. So we are going to change that. So let's do the propagation. So by doing propagation, we are going to click change name servers here, that will be able to point to our DigitalOcean. So what we are doing right now is to point our domain to DigitalOcean servers, and then now any traffic that will come through that domain will be redirected to DigitalOcean server, and then from that point, then we are going to come up and to the DNS when we add the domain in the DigitalOcean. Remember right now we don't have server, so I'm just showing you an example. So after we have created server in DigitalOcean, also we are going to have our domains, and in our domains here we are going to create records, DNS records, and then we are going to add our domain and point it to the IP address of that server. And as you can see here, we need to add these records here. So if I come up here, and I think here we should see the name servers. Here you can see here we have these name servers. We are going to use them because they are the same. So I'm going to click on change name servers right here. So it's loading, and change name server. Okay, I need to click here, use custom name servers. So if I click here, you can see, for example, these are the name server that we have found here, and they are pointing to Cloudroom. And this I think is also part of TrueHost. So I'm going to add that, and also I'm going to copy the second name server, and add it here. So we have a name server, right? Okay, let me copy it. Copy again. I think I copied the wrong thing. So here I'm going to add this one, and now the other I'm going to add third name servers. So let me come up here and paste it, and now I can change the name servers. So let me do that. So this process, after we have changed the name servers and we have done propagation, this might take some time, so we are not going to wait until it does the propagation. So if I come up here, actually there's nothing that has happened. I don't know why. And here it says an issue was encountered while updating the domain name servers. Please contact support. And also you can see here, you can change where your domain points to. Here, please be aware changes can take up to 24 hours to propagate. So yeah, so let me try again here to change. So I don't know why it's not changing and saving the changes. So that is this should be 3, yes, yeah. So here it should be name server 1. So I'm going to just change here to 1, and this also is name server 2. So right here like that, and then I'm going to try and change to see if it will take effect. So let's see. So it's loading. I think maybe there's an issue with my network or something. So it's just using the default here. And so what we are going to do now is let's continue. So the next step that you need to do is to create our server. So I'm assuming that maybe you have a DigitalOcean account. So for us to be able to create a server. So for the DigitalOcean, normally they call servers a droplet. So I'm going first of all to create another project here. But if you don't have any project and you don't have account with DigitalOcean, you can create it right now and also buy one server. So already here, if you have account, you can try and already create a project first of all. So you can see by default you have these are the first project. So here I'm going to call this an e-commerce like that, and then I'm going to add the description. So for this description here, I don't think I need to add anything. So I'm going to just say web application and then create project like that. And I don't think I need to add anything here. So I'm going to skip for now like that. And then here I can try and create now. From here I can try and create a droplet. So you can see here on the bottom right, we have this button create. So when you click on this, you'll be able to see this drop down here, and you can select what you want. You can create a database, you can create a function. We have crowd functions, and we have Kubernetes here. We have load balancers. We have all this, but what we are interested in right now is the droplet here. So I'm going to click a droplet, and that is to create a server. So it's taking some time here, and then you can choose the location that you want your server to be located. For me, I can just leave it to be New York. You can just, if you are, for example, in India, you can just choose here Bangalore. And also you can see here the data center that your server will be located. Mine will be located in New York data center 1, NYC 1, and you can see here I'm choosing the operating system that I'm choosing is Ubuntu. And here you can see you can change, or you can use others like Fedora, Debian, CentOS, and Alma, Linux, Rocky. So all those. And here I'm going to just choose the basic. shared CPU because my application is not that big, and also it doesn't have a lot of traffic for now. So I'm going to also come here, and I'm not going to use premium Intel. I'm going to just choose the regular SSD here, and I'm going to choose the lowest or the cheapest. I'm going to just click that the left bar arrow here, and you can see here we have the $4 a month, or this $0.006 an hour. So I'm going to choose this. So here you can go with me so that you don't actually get lost. And also here we have the backup. You can add you can click here if you want to have automatically your server to automatically make backups, but for now I don't want to do that. Also here, if you want to, you can choose how you want to access your server. So you can choose SSH key, or you can choose password. For me, I'm going to choose the password. So let me enter my password here. So I'm going to just show you in a minute. Like that, I think still we don't have like much, like it's not satisfying the password requirement. So I'm going to just add here. Let me see. Let me type it again. So let me just come here. Maybe I can just show you even the password maybe. So I'm going to call it e-commerce at, let me add here, must have one number and contain one uppercase letter, cannot be first or the last. So I'm going to just say e-commerce at, maybe here I can add this as capital E, like that, and then at 2024, like that. And here you can see they are saying that it cannot end with the special character. So what I can do is I can just say here support, and then here I can add, maybe they are saying that the capital letter should be maybe somewhere at the in the middle. So I'm going to just add here like that, and then let me just add one here and see. Must contain one uppercase, yes, and maybe I can say support one at digital, maybe something of the sort. So yeah, you can see support one at digital. So that will be my password when I want to SSH to my server. So again, I don't think I need to have any other thing here. So you can see here we have one droplet, and that is the server. You can see it is Ubuntu. You can see here it has one vCPU. It has 512 MB memory and 10 GB SSD storage, and the location is New York. That's how they actually their name conventions for your server. So here I'm going to create now the droplet. So I just want to copy my password here so that I don't forget. So copy that, and actually here I think I can add this as DigitalOcean. So let me do DigitalOcean like that, and then I'm going to create droplet like that. As you can see here, it's being created, and you can see we have been actually it's loading, and then after that we'll be having our server. So one thing that you need to do here is to make sure that your server, that you have that password for that we have created. So here you can see now our server has been created, and you can see also here we have, for example, we have our IP address here, and after we have done the setup for our server, we are going to add domain here, and from the domain we are going to add the DNS. So I'm going to copy this to be able to access my server. I'm going to open my terminal. So, and then here I can be able to access and by saying SSH, and then I can add here root, because that is our username, and then I'm going to paste this one, that is uh, our IP address for our server. Then I'm going to say yes. So here I can add, or I can enter our password, which is support at digital. Let me just start again. So this one will be support one at digital ocean. I think that password is not, it will not allow, so let me type it again, support one at digital ocean, like that. I think that's the correct, yeah, you can see that's the correct password. So yeah, I think that's okay now. So inside here now we can start setting up our server. So this is Ubuntu, you can see everything right here. So now, because I have shown you how to create a server, you can go ahead and create a server. And then from here, we are going to set up our server using this documentation right here. So already we have created our server, our VPS server, and we are able to access. And the other thing is we are going to start by actually removing Apache and all these things here. So for now, because already you know like the password, and to avoid maybe other people abusing this DigitalOcean server, I'm going to delete this server. And before we meet on the other video, I'm just going to create another server that most people will not be able to most people will not be able to know the password, because that will be risky if I show you the password and also you know the IP address of that server. So I'm going to click on destroy this droplet, so that in the next video you'll be able to have you have you'll find me. I will have created the server. So let me destroy that, and that's how I have deleted my server. So at least you have seen how I create a server. So now from the other video now, I'll have done the propagation, that is to change the name servers to custom name server that are pointing to DigitalOcean. Then the other thing that I would have done is to create I would have created a new server now. So that is it. I wanted to show you in this video. Remember to like this video and also subscribe to this YouTube channel, so that you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. Also turn on the notification bell. So have a great day. See you on the next video.